Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Rebecca, I'm 44 years old and I used to suffer from multiple sclerosis, but I no longer experience any of the symptoms since starting the carnivore diet a year and a half ago. And today is a really big day because I'm actually having my first MRI scan since I started the diet. And this is like the first time I'm going to have any indication as to whether there's been any verifiable physiological changes within my brain. And I've said many times that for me, I don't need any more proof than the fact that my symptoms have gone away, because my symptoms were disabling cognitively and physically, and I was unable to live my life. And I am now able to live my life. I don't feel any different to any other healthy 44-year-old, and that's been the case consistently for the past year and a half. I don't fear having relapses of nerve failure and symptoms in the future. I may be wrong about that, but it just doesn't feel like it's part of my situation anymore. And it's been consistent ever since I started the diet. I did make some improvements prior to starting the diet, which were related to my environment and stress reduction, but nothing like the changes I've seen on the diet, where my core strength has returned, and my energy has returned, and my memory has returned, and I've just been able to slowly pick up the pieces of my life and start to rebuild it. But it's still undeniably a big day, and part of it's proving to other people, because I can talk about my symptoms all day long, but nobody else has my subjective experience. So if I have something that is on medical record, that I once had 14 lesions on my brain and now I don't have lesions on my brain, that's powerful, and that adds my case to a growing body of evidence that the carnivore diet is able to help people overcome many different conditions, including multiple sclerosis. So yeah, I'm nervous. I want there to be no lesions, obviously. So anyway, it's the big day. I'm nervous not only because of what the results may be, but also because the scan itself isn't very nice. I mean, they're not too bad, but it does involve lying in a very noisy tube that's a little bit claustrophobic for at least an hour, and they're actually going to be scanning not just my brain, but my spinal cord. So I could be in the thing for about 2 hours for all I know, and I'm not going to enjoy it. And it often leaves me feeling very depleted afterwards, because, you know, everybody else has to leave the room when you're in the machine, and that means that there's obviously harmful radiation that your body's being subjected to. And not only that, but they have often injected a contrast dye, a blue dye. They inject it into your arm in a cannula, and it highlights different areas of your brain. But I have been warned by you guys watching the channel that actually that stuff is quite toxic, so I'm going to refuse that. The trade-off there is that it might be more difficult for them to tell the difference between old scar tissue and new lesions. So that's a trade-off, but at the same time, I don't want anything going into my body that is toxic. I'm very protective over my body ever since I got sick. And I got sick a long time ago now, the best part of 10 years ago. I was 36 when I got sick in 2016, and it just completely upended my life and turned me into a completely different person. Not necessarily for the worse. I've been on a crazy healing journey ever since then, which I didn't think I would have any success in. I was led to believe by my doctors that this was degenerative and I would only get worse, and that there was nothing they could do to help my symptoms. But that has proved to be untrue. So there's so much going on here, and it's just a big day. It's just a big day. There's a lot to think about. I don't actually know when I will get the results, and I kind of need those results within the next 2 weeks, because I'm moving house. Today marks the end of my Christmas and New Year holiday. So I've been on my own for the Christmas and New Year period, and I've used that time to pack up my house because I'm moving, and also to focus on writing my novel. I've been writing a novel, and I've made a whole load of progress, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's actually been a really good time on my own. And now the madness begins. Like, this is the first appointment I have, and then literally the day after, the madness starts of the move. I've got lots of help. I've got my dad's coming out next week. And I've got people coming from Asturias to help me move my stuff. So a van's coming over, somebody's bringing over a 4x4 to tow my caravan. And I have the help of my lovely workawayers who were here before Christmas. So I do feel very supported in this crazy move and extremely excited about the move itself. I'll be going back to Asturias. I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but I used to live in a mountain cabin in Asturias and I moved away for reasons I won't go into, and I've spent a year here in Galicia coming to terms with the reasons why I moved away and now I'm ready to go back, and it feels like the beginning of just a really positive time. So yeah, anyway, but because today is all about the MRI scan. I don't want to talk about the move. Yeah, so I haven't been able to eat anything since 1 o'clock. It's only 20 to 3, so that's not been that long, and as a carnivore I can go for long periods without eating anything, so that's fine. But I will have to wait until after the scan to come home and have my dinner. That's okay. They didn't say anything about liquids, so I've been continuing to have cups of tea and water. I hope that that's okay. I'm going to try and vlog it, although it's going to be a bit tricky because there's no one coming with me, and which means that I'll be driving and then I'll be in a waiting room and then I'll be in the machine itself. So these aren't really moments where I can easily vlog. But I guess I will just try and get some snippets of it, and then I will come back and I will tell you guys how it went and give some final thoughts on the whole thing. Okay, all right, I better get moving anyway, so see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm in the car, I'm setting off, and I've got to do a few errands before I go to the hospital. Get some chicken feed, get Yasmin's doggy passport stamped because she had her rabies vaccine 2 days ago, and I may have enough time to go to Decathlon before I get to the hospital. I'm giving myself a lot more time than I need to get there just in case, and if I do have a lot of time I'd quite like to pop into Decathlon because the hospital's nearby it. That's like a big sports outdoor shop, which if for my American viewers, and it's just really cool. Anyway, so I am setting off now. Obviously I can't vlog while I'm driving. See you in a bit. Okay, chicken feed sorted, and now I am going to go to the vet. This is the park. This is such a nice little town. When I move away I will miss it. It's very, very nice. Damn it, so the vet doesn't open till 5. That's annoying, I could have checked that before I left. Here's Yasmin's little passport with her cute little picture. And she just needs to have her updated rabies stamp. And she had that 2 days ago, but I forgot to bring the passport with me. And now I have got to the vet way too early. I don't know what to do now. Basically, I've got like an hour to kill. I could have literally left at 5 and still made it to the MRI scan, which is at 5:45. But I didn't check when the vet was open. So now I've got a long time until the MRI scan. So I guess that just means that I have to go to Decathlon and go shopping. Not that I have any money to spend right now because I'm in the middle of a big house move, which is cleaning me out financially, but whatever. That's a story for another day. But I guess I'm already out now, so what else can I do? What else can I do? At least I can go and browse and just see what New Year lines or New Year sales they have at Decathlon. Stupid me. Okay, it's all good. So I've now gone into Lugo. I realised that I could actually get something really useful done. Instead of going to Decathlon and just wasting a load of time, I could go to this pet shop and get a couple of things I need before the move. Okay. Pet shop haul. I got these for the dog beds because they've destroyed little mats that they had in their dog bed. This to transport the kittens when we move house. I think it's big enough and it was half price, so that's great. I'm going to put them in the same one. I hope that's okay for a 3-hour journey. I hope they don't fight. Yasmin is on a special diet because she's way too fat and she's getting old and I'm a bit concerned about her. So she's on a grain-free diet now. I can't afford that for all of the dogs, but she's going to be switching to that. 2 litter trays because they're going to be stuck inside the new house for a couple of weeks. And that's the chicken feed that I got earlier. So it is now just before 5 o'clock. The MRI scan's at 5:45. The hospital's just down the road. It's actually only about 10 minutes away, really. So I might just swing by Decathlon for 10 minutes. Why not? Okay, well, I didn't get anything. It is possibly the case that I already own every Decathlon t-shirt that I need to own. I've now got to go to the hospital and get my MRI scan. And it is, what's the time? It's past, yeah, I've really got to go actually. All right, cool, see you at the hospital. Right, so this is the hospital. I actually had a bit of a panic because I thought I was going to get lost. I went the wrong way, but actually Google Maps sent me on a shortcut, so I'm here in good time. So, and I've got a free parking space. Oh, headlights. So here's the hospital. You can't really see it. Anyway, I'm going to bring the camera in and just see what I can manage to film. I don't actually know which place I've got to go to. They never told me. Okay, extractions, radiology, dialysis. By a stroke of luck, I walked into the right building. It says Resonancia, that's the MRI scan. Where do I check in? Muchas gracias. Es que no sé, no me dieron carta, así que no sabía qué bloque.
Meter DNI.
Sí, exacto, busco eso. Oh, what a lovely woman. She walked me to where I need to check in. I didn't even receive an appointment letter for this, they just rang me. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, this little machine. So I insert this into it. What? No. Okay, what the hell? It says I don't have an appointment. I'm going to go and ask at reception. Hola, buenas.
Cualquier cosa, tenía tu teléfono.
Tengo una resonancia a las 6:15, pero cuando inserté la tarjeta en la máquina me dijo que no tenía cita. No tengo carta, me llamaron para darme la cita.
Pero es en Polusa.
¿Cómo?
Es en otro hospital, no es aquí.
No me digas.
En Polusa.
¿Qué es eso?
Es un hospital concertado que hay a la... ¿Tienes teléfono?
Sí, tengo teléfono, sí.
Mira, ven por aquí.
Gracias. Es que no me dijeron dónde.
Hospital Clínico Polusa.
Es que no me dijeron eso.
¿A qué hora tienes? A las 4:10.
Ahora mismo. Es que tuve mi cita del neurológico aquí, así que no me dijeron otra cosa, así que vine aquí. Y solo pensé que había un hospital.
Pero a las 4:10.
¿Qué? No. Me dijeron... No, me dijeron a las 6:15. Lo escribí y comprobé. Gracias.
Nada, si no preguntas tú ahí a la chica. No, póngase tú.
Vale, gracias. Christ, this is bloody ridiculous. Hola, me llamaron hace una semana para darme una cita para una resonancia magnética a esta hora, ahora mismo. Y pongo esto en la máquina.
Y no te da tiempo.
No, pero también a otra hora, que era más temprano o algo así, pero es que no...
Vamos a mirar.
Comprobé 2 o 3 veces la hora correcta. Sí.
Ah, Normalmente cuando son, ya te dicen si es aquí o es en Polusa o...
No me dijeron nada. Y supuse porque tuve mi cita de neurólogo aquí.
Ya, pero
Y
a
no
veces
sabía
se
que había en
derivan.
otros sitios.
Cuando hay mucha carga de trabajo
Sí.
derivan a otros hospitales para
Hostia.
adelantar.
Hostia.
A ver si podemos.
Vale.
Okay, wow. Gutted. I am gutted. It is at a different time in a different hospital. They never specified that it was a different hospital to where I had my neurology appointment. And they told me 5:45, and I double, triple checked with the people on the phone because I didn't have an appointment letter. So I was, I was really keen to make sure I didn't mess it up. Now I've got to call this number and figure out. She said there's a possibility I could have it today still, but I don't even know if I want it today. Although it's so disappointing because there's just been so many delays already, and it's not just me that wants this information. It's like 7,000 people subscribed to my YouTube channel who also have MS or other horrible chronic illnesses. I know that the hospital doesn't know that. Anyway, it's just really gutting, and I just feel really let down, and I really hate to let you guys down. But anyway, I'm going to phone this number and let's see what they say.
Bienvenido al Hospital Rivera Polusa. Si desea hablar con radiología, pulse 1. Para el resto de citas de traumatología u otras especialidades, marque el 3, marque 4. Hola.
Hola, buenas tardes. Estoy llamando porque me llamaron hace una semana para darme una cita para una resonancia magnética y no me dijeron claramente que era en otro hospital. Tampoco sabía que habían cambiado la hora, así que llegué a Lucas ¿cómo se llama? El otro hospital para la hora de la cita que pensé que era. Y me dijeron que no había cita y que tenía que llamar a este hospital y sí.
¿Cómo es el nombre?
Rebecca con doble C, Audrey Johnson. El apellido es Johnson, Johnsson.
Tienes para hoy, ahora.
Sí, a las 6 menos cuarto me dijeron y comprobé 3 veces esa hora y llegué al...
En Polusa.
Sí, pero no me dijeron eso tampoco porque tuve mi cita con el neurólogo aquí en Lucas Augusto.
Sí, pero nosotros siempre decimos que es en el Hospital Polusa al principio, cuando llamamos del Hospital Polusa.
Bueno, no soy de aquí, no sabía eso, no pillé eso.
Si quieres, estás a tiempo a venir, si quieres.
Es que no sé dónde está tampoco.
¿Cuánto tardaría?
O podría ser otro día esta semana, posiblemente.
Es que al ser una cita de Sergas tendríamos que cancelarla en el ULA y después el ULA mandarnos otra nueva cita.
Bueno, entonces voy directo al hospital. Polusa,
Claro,
dices.
pero aquí a Polusa.
Vale, gracias. Entonces eso haré. Intentaré venir lo antes posible. Gracias.
Vale, nada.
Okay, well, I found the hospital. I got the one free parking space I got. And here's just a beautiful view of Lugo. So at the very least, there's that. Let's see if I can get this MRI scan done. Hola, llamé hace poco. ¿Fuiste tú? ¿Quieres ver mi NIE? Vale, muchas gracias. No puedo creer que llegué.
Ponte a mitad del pasillo que voy ahora, ¿vale?
Vale, muchas gracias. It looks like I actually might get this appointment and get this resonancia, this MRI scan. Muchas gracias. I've got to get undressed now and go into the machine. So I can't believe this has actually worked out and I'm having it. So anyway, I'll speak to you later. Oh, Oh my God, I can't believe that actually worked out. I can't believe it actually worked out and I had my MRI scan. I honestly thought that this was just going to drag itself out for another few months. But actually, I had to drive across the city, which is not a very big city, so it only took about 15 minutes. But I didn't know where I was going and I was using Google Maps and I've got my steering wheel on the other side, so I was a little bit like stressed about it, but I got here absolutely fine. Went into the reception and the girl was just like, yep, come on then, let's see you now. And she just took me straight into the MRI machine. I didn't have to wait, there was no queue. And it was actually quite a nice MRI machine. There was a lot of light and there was mirrors above my head, so it didn't feel very claustrophobic. The radio was on in the background. It actually felt like a little bit like a party when I went in the room. And she was really nice. I thought she was a bit arsey on the phone, but actually, when we actually met face to face, she was really nice. And now it's done. It's done and I can go home and I've got a vending machine coffee. It's only about 7:30 in the evening. And I've also got, check this out, some little filters for my glasses to help with driving at night, with the glare at night from the LED headlights. So I'm going to try those out. And hopefully they'll make the drive home a little bit more comfortable. Because now it's dark. I know it looks kind of light here because I'm in this lit car park, but it's actually dark now. Anyway, yeah, so I'm also pretty hungry because I haven't eaten since 1 o'clock, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to have 4 beef burgers and maybe some bacon as well. That would be nice. Maybe a bit of cheese. And yeah, I'm just so glad that worked out. I really thought that it wasn't going to, but in the end, you know, all's well that ends well. So I will keep you guys posted on the results. I'm going to have to phone up my neurology department and find out how soon I can get the results. And if I can't have them within the next 2 weeks, if I can have a telephone appointment about them, so I don't have to come back to Galicia after I've moved. Anyway, that was it. That's my vlog. A bit of a nightmare, but it's fine. And I've had my MRI scan and soon we will have answers about the carnivore diet and multiple sclerosis. Okay, take care and see you in the next video. Bye.